Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Steven and I won't sugarcoat the truth or tell you what you want to hear. Top Gun Maverick, the sequel to the 1986 blockbuster Top Gun, has been generating a lot of excitement among fans. However, upon closer examination, it becomes evident that the new film is essentially a recycled version of the original, lacking originality and failing to bring anything new to the table. Here are examples that highlight the lack of originality and creative innovation in the film. Beginning sequence. Just like the original Top Gun, Maverick starts with a high-octane flight sequence featuring fighter jets soaring through the sky. While visually impressive, it's a clear attempt to mimic the iconic opening of its predecessor. Maverick Motorbike Sequence. In both movies, there is a scene where Maverick is shown riding a motorcycle, again without a helmet, capturing his sense of freedom and adventure. This repetition lacks originality and feels like a rehash of the same idea. The soundtrack of Top Gun Maverick heavily relies on the iconic songs from the original film, including Danger Zone and Take My Breath Away. While these songs are undoubtedly memorable, their excessive use in the sequel shows a reliance on nostalgia rather than originality. Maverick's rebellious nature. While the character of Maverick is meant to be the embodiment of a Maverick pilot, Top Gun Maverick fails to explore new aspects of his personality, relying on the same rebellious traits we've seen before. Training sequences. Both films include intense training sequences where the main characters push their limits and engage in high-stakes exercises. However, these scenes in Maverick feel like a rehash of the original, lacking the same impact and excitement. Watching Tom Cruise run around in aviators and a flight suit just doesn't have the same impact it did back in the 80s. Love interest. Top Gun had a memorable romantic storyline between Maverick and Charlie, played by Kelly McGillis. Maverick attempts to recreate this by introducing a new love interest for the protagonist, but it feels forced and lacks the chemistry of the original. Maverick's iconic quotes. The sequel attempts to recreate the iconic one-liners from the original. While these lines may evoke nostalgia, their reuse in the sequel only serves as a reminder of the lack of original dialogue. Mentor figure. Maverick features the character of Maverick's new commanding officer, played by Ed Harris, who serves as a mentor and tough love figure, much like Tom Skerritt's Viper in the original. This repetition further reinforces the lack of originality in the sequel. Similar characters. The sequel introduces new characters that bear striking resemblances to their counterparts in the original film. For instance, Maverick's new rival, Bradley Bradshaw, shares several traits with Iceman from the first movie, making it clear that the filmmakers aim to recreate the dynamic. Piano scene. Top Gun Maverick includes a scene where the characters gather around a piano and sing Great Balls of Fire. This is a clear attempt to recreate the nostalgia of the original film's iconic bar scene, further emphasizing the recycled nature of the sequel. Plot similarities. Both films revolve around the story of a talented but reckless fighter pilot who struggles with authority and eventually learns important lessons about teamwork and responsibility. Maverick seems to follow the same tired formula, offering little in terms of originality. Action sequences. The action sequences in Top Gun Maverick bear a striking resemblance to those in the original film. From the aerial dogfights to the intense flight maneuvers, the sequel fails to offer anything new in terms of excitement and innovation. Nostalgia overload. The sequel seems more focused on capitalizing on nostalgia than on offering something fresh and exciting. They're relying on the audience's fondness for the original to carry the film, instead of delivering a compelling new narrative. Similar iconic scenes. Remember the famous volleyball scene from the first movie? Well, surprise, surprise, they've included a similar scene in Maverick. Only this time is dodge football. It's like they're ticking off a checklist of cliches. Visual style. Maverick relies heavily on the visual style established by the original film, rather than taking risks and presenting a new aesthetic or visual approach. Lack of a fresh perspective. Perhaps the most significant flaw in Maverick is its failure to bring a fresh perspective or narrative to the Top Gun universe. The sequel seems content with rehashing the same themes and storylines, ultimately missing an opportunity to expand on the original success. While Maverick has undoubtedly generated excitement among fans of the original film, it cannot be denied that the sequel heavily relies on recycled elements. From the beginning sequence to the closing montage, the film repeatedly invokes nostalgia rather than offering innovative storytelling. Audiences deserve a sequel that pushes boundaries and brings something new to the table, rather than a recycled version that simply capitalizes on past success. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more great content. Also, make sure to hit the notification bell to stay updated whenever I post a new video. I appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video.